The way that your body cools down is you get hot, you sweat, and then that sweat needs to evaporate and go away. And turnout gear does a very good job of stopping that evaporation process from happening. And one of the cool things about this design is the more you move, the cooler you get. So, if you're just on a treadmill, you can feel a little bit of benefit, but if you start to do, this kind of motion on one of those bikes, or you're hook and ceiling, or you're crawling and moving, the more you sort of bellow your arms, you're encouraging the air to go through that system and take that hot, moist air that's in your core and get rid of it. Those vents are sort of like low pressure valves to release that heat that you've been building up in there. And then we started hearing anecdotal stories about, oh, I came out of, the burn and I'm usually just flush in the face and red and can't wait to get on my gear. But I didn't even realize that I wasn't trying to pull my gear off as fast until I started paying attention to okay, what's actually happening. And it, I could feel the difference. Or people would wear heart monitors and their heart rate would be much lower with the ventilation, allowing their core to stay cooler than it would be if they didn't have any ventilation. And these are people that have done this repeatedly for years and years and years, and they know what it feels like to be in a burn. So then when I get this set of gear with ventilation, it's like, I feel something's different, this is working. And then we started getting actual data from Florida State on their sweaty mannequin that simulates overhaul that, says there's a 30% reduction in sweat rate. You're buying yourself almost 2 more minutes while doing overhaul before your core temperature overheats to the point of cognitive impairment. And then the latest research from Florida State on that same sweaty mannequin tells us that the overall effective RET, you see almost a 20% benefit in breathability. So you're essentially increasing the breathability of your garment by up to 20% with any different fabric that you choose. And that's pretty remarkable. So it started with just anecdotal stories of, I'm coming out of a burn, I know what this feels like, to then actually Florida State getting involved in validating, everything that the people have been saying. So it's been a pretty cool, slow, steady build of positive feedback then backed up by research, which is, very encouraging and exciting.